This conference will now be recorded.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. So today we are on our week number 6 of our mindset for detox, and it's a free talk. So we're going to share our challenges, and we're going to accept support from each other. And we have an affirmation and for that week, and it is, I will trust that the collective has my best interest at heart. So that's it. So Claire, I understand that you have a question. So would you like to go ahead and share it with everyone?
Yeah. So my issue was the hunger. Roseanne suggested I try quinoa. I don't have quinoa in the house. So what's another, like, is it because it's a seed and not, I know it's high in protein. So is chia or, something else?
I would suggest if you're going to go for something like that, do the hemp seeds.
I don't like hemp.
Oh, okay.
Claire, have you ever tried the black rice? Not the wild rice, but the black rice?
No.
That is also a seed. And, we've committed a little bit on the detox. I mean, it will slow down the detox some, but sometimes you just need a little something extra. You might want to try that. I think it's really good.
Right.
Is that allowed?
What?
Is that allowed in the detox?
Not really. Claire's talking about she's had extreme hunger. So Roseanne recommended try some quinoa, but she doesn't really want to try quinoa. But sometimes, like when someone's detoxing and they're still transitioning, we do allow them to have some black rice.
Okay. And how far does that set you back? Is it a day, a week? I mean, like, I don't want any more setbacks.
Okay. Well, what were you, other than wine, what were you thinking of?
I wasn't thinking, she's the one who made that suggestion. That's why I'm asking, She said maybe try a little quinoa. I mean, I just eating more cooked vegetables would do it, I guess, for me. I mean, and also, how bad is it just to sprinkle a tiny, tiny bit of oil or salt, just a tiny, to get over that hump of that tastes like bland?
Well, the salt, what that does, it stimulates the adrenal glands. It taxes the adrenal glands. However, we want this to be attainable. And if that's going to keep you on the journey and you're going to treat yourself to that maybe a few days, a little bit, I would say go for it. I mean, what you guys are doing is so incredible. I mean, no meat, no dairy, no grains, no salt, no oil. It's really incredible. And the truth is, a lot of people would rather take a pill. But ultimately, that's not helping us. That's only making the situation worse. So now, instead of suppressing all of our symptoms, we're helping everything come out, all the toxins come out, so the cells can actually regenerate. And it's a long journey. Like sometimes if I have a hard time sticking to raw, I'll use a little bit of olive oil just to get me past that hump. Because I figure I'd rather stay raw with a little bit of olive oil for today than go and have a cooked meal.
And you mean raw, like olive oil on a salad, you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And I noticed my brain fog is getting worse.
You know what's interesting, and I know Veronique would agree, sometimes in our journeys, things seem worse before they get better. At the beginning of this coronavirus, I was detoxing hard with my 8-year-old son. And there were times where I had such shortness of breath that initially I was like, oh my God, I can't breathe. Oh my God, it's happening again. And once I calmed myself down, I realized it's a healing crisis. Things are going to retrace. Things are going to come back. What we're trying to get rid of is going to peek its ugly head before it regenerates. So the brain fog coming back a little, that would just all be part of it.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm doing a detox right now, and this is my third one, and I've been going at it for like 3 months now. And I have symptoms that come up that I'm like, oh my God, it keeps on coming back. I have sores in my mouth, less than before, but I still have that. I have hemorrhoids, I have fatigue, and I'm not even working like a lot right now. So it's like, I have these things that come up, and I put it on the fact that I'm not a young chick anymore. So, I have a lot of cleaning to do. And I really believe that it takes a toll on the body when we go through times like that. And like you, Claire, lately I have been having cravings, and sometimes I feel like I need to eat more to feel more, to have that feeling of being full. So what I do like Kathy says, when I'm eating raw, I put a little cap of olive oil to just make it a little more satisfying and more binding with everything else. And I do a lot of flavors in excess. Like I use a lot of coconut aminos, nutritional yeast. I use more avocados if I need to have that. But I hang on to avocados because I haven't had a sweet potato in over a month now. So I'm very proud of myself, because for me, before, sweet potato was something I was really falling back on every day. So right now I'm not having any of that. I'm just having more avocados. But that also is something I'm working with depending on how I feel. So try to
And,
find something that,
and how bad are potatoes and sweet potatoes? I mean, I've been falling back on them a lot too.
yeah. And well, it's going to create mucus if you have a lot of quantity of sweet potatoes and avocados. But these are the best thing you can fall back on if you feel that you need more, to feel more satiated. But like Roseanne was suggesting, if one day you need to have a good bowl of a quinoa bowl with some veggies and things like that, do it, because that's what will create a bridge for you to continue on your detox.
And that actually sounds delicious. A bowl of quinoa with some steamed veggies, coconut aminos.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What else are you craving besides, what are you thinking about besides
Well, before I went on this detox, I was making sourdough bread, and my daughter is making sourdough bread, and I'm watching her with this. I mean, it rice and beans like I made the other night. I mean, just some of these things that I've made, and like I put my finger in the beans, and I was like, just little things.
Have you tried green peas?
Yeah, they're okay.
But have you tried it?
Green peas
Green peas
with
cauliflower rice, with salad. I found that it was actually something like kind of starchy that really brings something more satisfying than when I need that, that that to feel to fulfill that feeling of satiation. That I buy frozen peas, and I blanch them in boiling water very quickly, and then you can use them in salads with your cauliflower rice, with your zucchini, whatever. But it's going to make like a kind of a little, something to chew on that is a little. So you can try that if
yeah.
not
I mean,
not.
green peas. I think of peas and macaroni Italian style. So
Yeah. But I tried that recipe. It was cauliflower with green peas, cilantro, and lime, or something like that, and it was quite delicious with aminos.
yeah, I mean, I've done the cauliflower, like I do it like a, what is it called? I tried it once. I got to do it again. That Middle Eastern tabbouleh, like a cauliflower rice tabbouleh, with a lot of parsley, cilantro, little veggies.
Mm-hmm. I was trying to like also like Kathy said, are you eating cooked food or are you 100% on raw?
Me,
Yes.
I have to have a cooked meal a day. I
Okay.
have, and I mentioned this before on the forum that sometimes I can't even wait for dinner. It's like by lunchtime I'm like so hungry that I just start.
Yeah. Have you tried to have your cooked meal during the day?
Yeah, well, that's what I do. It's usually in the I usually and then go light for lunch again, dinner.
Mhm.
But
Do you eat
how about
enough?
artichokes? Are they too? I don't think I'm eating enough raw. Maybe. But how about artichokes? Are they too starchy?
I didn't hear. What was that?
Artichokes, are they too starchy?
Artichokes. What you need
Artichokes.
with artichokes is rinse them off.
Sometimes I steam them with, some garlic and parsley.
It's
Okay.
great. I love artichokes. If you can have that, you can have 4 of them
Yeah.
if you want, you know.
Do you ever make your own guacamole and maybe dip some carrots or celery or cucumber in there?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, because that's always a nice little snack.
Yeah.
You know what do you make your dressings with also? I wanted to ask you.
I use the like a quarter avocado, like a small piece of avocado, lime or lemon, cilantro, water.
Put more avocado,
Yeah.
you know, for a while to help you get over that.
Yeah. Yeah. I just
I
find
would
my metabolism is like more speedy in the morning.
I
You know what I
would
mean?
put more avocado. Did you try to switch? I remember you mentioned you were doing a lot of liquids in the morning. Did you try to switch
Yeah.
that around a little?
Yeah.
And how is it working?
It's okay. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I got to work on it.
Okay. All right. Who else? Celine, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm actually dry fasting since yesterday, so
Awesome. Look at you.
but yeah, otherwise I'm doing okay. I feel like there were worse day and better days in terms of like accepting the diet and like not have cravings and like be happy about like eating fruits all day. But lately, I think it's been a bit easier. I think thanks to the weather, which is, more hot and sunny, so it's easier to have fruits all day.
Right.
So yeah, I'm doing okay.
How many hours have you been dry fasting?
So actually, I did. So I was talking to Kathy about it. I did a castor oil flush, and so I didn't eat since lunch yesterday. So that's a bit more than 24 hours. But I think I'm gonna maybe eat and drink tonight. I don't know. I'll see how I feel.
I also
Yeah.
think it's amazing that before the castor oil flush, she did like a 6-day juice fast.
Yeah, last
Awesome.
week.
Amazing, Celine. That's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was actually easier than what I thought. Like I could have kept going. It's just like I was a bit bored and I was like, well, 6 days enough, but it was kind of easy.
Right. Good for
Very
you.
good.
Yeah.
Very good. And how are you planning to break the fast this evening?
I think I'm gonna have some heel oil tea because I couldn't drink it today, so I think I'll have a cup of that. And then I was thinking strawberries. I have a lot of strawberries, so I think that's gonna be my dinner.
Very nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So Claire is asking, review dry fasting again. Kathy, would you like to?
Sure. So dry fasting, a good example is, let's say you have your dinner at 6 p.m., you're done at 6 p.m., and you don't eat or drink anything after dinner, which I don't. It's easy for me, So then you wake up the next morning at 6 a.m. And let's say you have breakfast around 7 or 8 a.m. Well, the 6 to 6, you've already dry fasted for 12 hours. If you don't eat until 8 or drink until 8, that's 14 hours. So they have things called a hard dry fast or a hard or cold dry fast. A hard dry fast is when you don't even wash your hands. You don't take a shower. Wash your hands.
You don't
take a
brush
shower.
your teeth. You don't brush your teeth either.
So the purpose of the dry fast is to dig deeper, because when your body's not digesting anything, liquid, fruit, nothing, it has a chance to really clean interstitially. And then if you check your kidney filtration, chances are after a dry fast, you will see a lot of sediment in your urine. So I always like to tell people that's why when you have breakfast, you're breaking your fast because you're not eating or drinking during the night. And it is beneficial. So there's sometimes, like if I, just an example, I'm done eating at 5 p.m., I'll see how long I could go in the morning without eating, just to get the dry fast in there. And then, of course, we want to eat the type of diet that we eat. You know, I've heard people tell me, oh, I fast intermittently. I'm like, oh, so what are you eating when you're not fasting? Well, they're eating meat, they're eating dairy. That's not what we're looking for. If you really want to clean, you have to eat clean, and then when you dry fast, you're still cleaning. But it'd be interesting, Celine, if you could check your filtration now that you're fasting.
Yeah, I'll try to do it tonight. I have to think about it.
Yeah.
Put a jar next to your toilet.
Yeah.
So, Bridget is asking. So you don't take your herbs then?
So actually my herbs, so I ordered them 3 weeks ago to be sure I had them for my new months, and they haven't arrived. Like there are major delays with the coronavirus, and so I still don't have them. So yeah, I'm out of my herb for like 2 weeks now. So that's bad, but I have no choice.
Which is okay.
Spin on it. Sometimes it's good to break body work the way it should.
Excuse me, guys. Can you please mute yourself because we have some echo here. Thank you. All right, go ahead, Kathy.
Okay, you can hear me? Okay. Oh, you're out of your herbs. Yes, the herbs are wonderful. They help support the organs and the glands to do what they're supposed to do, to give them more strength to work stronger. But it's okay to take a break from them. You know, like in your case, it's not a break that you wanted to take, but this gives your body a chance to reboot. Whenever I do a juice fast once a week, I don't take any herbs. I used to, but number one, at that point, the herbs are filling me up, you know, because I want to drink throughout the day. So to answer your question, Bridget, you don't take herbs while dry fasting because you're not drinking anything and you're not eating anything. And I think, like for myself, I take herbs when I'm actively detoxing them, and I'm not taking them. But like, for example, now I'm about to run out, but I'm okay with it. I'm still going to continue with the diet and just let my body take over. It's almost like you have to trust the universe that it's working in your favor.
Yeah, me too. I'm running out of my herbs, and I'm going to take a little break for maybe a week or two and continue with juicing and sticking to the diet. And then, you know, I think Dr. Morse calls that pulsing. Is that right, Kathy?
Yeah.
So you can stop, you know, let's say for a month or a few weeks, and then you start again. So your body takes a little break, and then it's like a reboot every time you start again.
Yes.
Bridget, how are you doing? Would you like to share how you're doing and what's going on your side of the World?
Well, here is the same. The herbs are very delayed. Mine are gone for 3 weeks now. And I did a second time a juice fast for 2 days. Yesterday, the day before, and last week I did 3 days. But my my bowel movement is going crazy, and I find that hard because I don't dare to go to a place, because when I think I have to go, and then I have a little problem. So is
Well,
that normal?
That's great. You're getting everything out. You're getting out fecal matter that has been there for years and years. So,
Okay, but it's very thin, so it's very scary to go to go.
right. Yeah.
But that, yes, I do that now. I want to do it more, and because I know Roseanne told me about the sediment you have to see in your urine, and sometimes I look at it and I hardly see something. So then I'm thinking, oh dear, it's not working.
Are you urinating in a jar?
Yeah.
Okay. And are you letting it sit on the bathroom counter for a little while?
No. I'm just looking right away, and then
Okay. Sometimes it's good to let it sit and settle and go back a few hours later. And you'll see if it's a little cloudy, then you're filtering. You might see mucus strands, you're filtering.
okay.
Yeah, and that could be something to try.
I hope to see that, because I'm now for like 14 weeks on the detox. So, but there's a lot going on, because I still use some medication, and last week my liver weights were not good again, so it's not easy.
Well, that's interesting, because that goes back to what we were talking about at the beginning, that sometimes things get worse. Like when I was saying my shortness of breath came back, we have people who go back to the doctor, do blood work, and it comes back even worse. And as you can imagine, they're so upset because they've been detoxing for 3 months. How can it be worse? But the truth is, it's just the toxins moving out of the body. It's just all part of everything coming out, and ultimately, regeneration.
That also is the same for the antibodies, that they will go up and down.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's completely, I mean, normal in a way, like Kathy is saying. Sometimes the blood work is completely wacko, and it takes a while. So I always tell our patient, like, we always tell our patient that, remember how many years did it take you to where you are today, to build up to that, whatever is going on. For some of us, it's the thyroid. For some others, it's the digestive issues. Some others, it's the endocrine system. So, it's not something that is going to solve itself in 1 month or 2 months. The human body is an amazing, amazing machine in a way, and it takes a while, to actually do the cleansing process, and then for the cells to get the message, oh, that's what I need to do. I mean, in a way, it's really, it's very smart, but it needs time, because for over years, or not, it's not months, it's years since the day we were born, that we have built up that condition of acidosis in our body. So always try to keep perspective with that, because that, I know for me, that's what helps me to keep going.
Yeah.
And also sometimes we're born with weaknesses. Like each generation is weaker than the one before it. I remember once in the office, we had a grandson, the dad, and the grandmother. And we did iridology on all of them. And the grandson's eyes had the most weakness, and the grandmother's were the strongest. So yes, you build up acidosis in your lifetime, but we are also born with it. But with that being said, we can change our inner terrain. That's what this protocol is doing. And I know Roseanne always says it's like taking a coconut tree and planting it in Florida. You have the sunshine, you have the environment, so it has the nutrients it needs to thrive. Take that same coconut tree, plant it in Canada, it's not going to thrive. So if we have weaknesses, but we change what's going on in our bodies, that doesn't mean those weaknesses are going to grow. You're not destined to have a heart issue because your father did, for example.
Yeah. And you were talking about the sweet potatoes and the avocados, but is it a problem? I do fruit the whole day when I'm just eating. I fruit the whole day, and then I have for dinner, I have my salad with salad, herbs, and always a little bit avocado with the dressing and a bit of sweet potato. So then I hear you say, no, I try to avoid it, and I think, oh dear, I'm eating too much sweet potatoes.
I think if you enjoy it, have it a couple times a week.
Okay, I will do
Yeah.
it.
Remember, Bridget, and each of us here, you know, we are all on different journeys. We each have our own issues. So you really have to listen to your body and not try to do like, you know, like someone you hear doing this or someone else doing that, you know, no, it's you. You have to, you know, like Celine, she's doing the juicing, she's experimenting because she feels she's ready. Claire is at a different place. Bridget is at a different place. I'm sure we're gonna ask you, where you are in your journey, but Kathy also and myself, we are all at in different places, and we
Yes, I do understand that.
it's like a navigation, you know, we have to adjust the sails as we go. So
I just don't want to do anything that will delay the process.
I understand. At the same time, you do not want to rush through that process to get discouraged or get tired of it or get fed up with the whole process, and then you're going to be like, you know, the heck with it, you know. So it's important, like Kathy said, if you feel like you want a sweet potato, you know, there was a time I was having a sweet potato every day. Now I'm at a place where I don't really think about it. I kind of forget about it, and I'm more with avocados. And sometimes I don't have avocados, but you know, it's a process. So we have to be patient with ourselves, I think.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Claire, Celine, or let's ask we haven't been
Yeah.
What's going on your side over there? Would you like to share with us?
Yeah, sure. But first, to the question of Bridget, there is a nice document that's on the site of Dr. Morse with the levels of detoxification, and it shows the various diets that you can follow. And plotted against the levels of detoxification. So obviously, a sweet potato is less detoxifying than when you're water fasting. But you would, as Veronique said, you'd like to sort of see what you truly need in the moment, and at the same time see how far or how fast or how strong you can detox. So that's up to you, but the pyramid really shows well what you can do and what its effects can be. So you might want to check it out. I think it's called it's under therapeutic tools, and then it's called levels of detoxification. It's just one page, but it's very clear.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I tried to share it, but it obviously did not share.
No.
So Claire writes, how do you learn about what Harm is talking about with Dr. Morse? I don't know if you guys have watched Dr. Robert Morse on YouTube. He has amazing videos covering everything. However, if you just Google him, you will get directed to the Dr. Morse Herbal Health Club. From there, there's a plethora of information. In fact, if you become a member, it's only $10, and he doesn't want your money. If you end up purchasing something, you can use that $10. But you can download everything from the levels of detoxification, kidney filtration, liver flush, and it has limitless charts and stuff and handouts. And it's a great resource if you guys are ever interested in checking that out.
I had a question, but one of my big issues is my poor dentition, and so at the about 4 days ago, I'm about 4 weeks on just fruit and an occasional veggie juice, and this is new for me, that I don't feel hungry anymore. So it's so that's nice. I can go to bed, and usually I tried to do this for years, but I always would wake up in the middle of the night and I would have some cucumber or a banana, whatever, because I just would wake up because my body was craving for food. So now I can have my last meal at 6, 7, and then, 9, 10 in the morning, I start to feel hungry. So that's I really, well, I'm glad that it's finally getting somewhere, because I've been trying this for many years.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
But,
that's amazing.
Yeah, but at the same time, as for my teeth, 4 days ago, there was a very poor tooth that it was already almost black, and it fell out of my mouth, and then suddenly you've got a hole in your mouth. It's sort of it's a scary thing. I've been there before, and this was after 7 days of just 2 weeks of just fruit, and it doesn't hurt, but at the same time, so I was just wondering, because I read somewhere that if you take an implant and you fast for a long period of time, the body will try to remove the implant, because it's sort of it's something alien to the body. So I'm not quite sure how to do this, because it's what you show to other people. I don't mind myself, but I'm not just by myself, of course. You're with other persons. So or will even teeth regenerate themselves in due course? I don't know. I'm just curious.
So personally, and then Kathy can share also, but Dr. Morse says that you can regenerate tissues, and that's exactly what's going on a cellular level. I would say I personally haven't heard any direct testimonials of people that have regenerated teeth. But I believe that if you really go like deeply into the detox and staying steady with it, with the right herbs, I would believe that you could, but I cannot say I have seen it. So I don't know, Kathy, how you feel about it and what you have heard. Or
I'm sure Harm has seen this. Have you watched the YouTube videos with Dr. Morse on teeth?
He's got one, but it's I don't know if it takes 20 years to regenerate. I'm about to leave this plane, so I'd like to be practical about the whole thing as well.
Yes, of course. I know just through listening to testimonials, Dr. Morse testimonials, I have heard of people saying my teeth are loose, the dentist wants to pull them. And then Dr. Morse saying, don't pull them, they're getting healthy. This is something that I've heard. And the truth is, like, you're on the journey. I mean, you're 4 weeks all fruit. I mean, that is amazing. And, the top of our esophagus, connects to our GI tract. So I know oftentimes if I do just fruit, I get a white coating on my tongue and like a metallic taste in my mouth. So that's everything coming from my gut into my mouth. So I don't think it's unlikely to have teeth issues when you're detoxing so deeply. I would watch the Dr. Morse videos. I mean, like Veronique, I haven't witnessed someone, let's say, regenerate their teeth. But I also feel like I know you've been doing this a long time, Harm, and you've been on fruit for 4 weeks, which is a long time. You're digging really deep. So I think things are definitely going to come up.
Yeah, it's sort of, you know, I've been experimenting my whole life, so that's what makes me tick. So, but it does make sense that if you have, say, a titanium implant and you're detoxing deeply, that the body will sort of say, well, this is not what's supposed to be here. I'm gonna get rid of it.
Right.
So, but I was just curious whether, well, you.
I would add something too, and and you guys, you can let me know if you guys are interested. But I have a document about dental management, and I have it in front of me. I'm going to read you what they say about how to help to restore tooth enamel, reverse cavities, and rebuild teeth. So they are saying that you are encouraged to incorporate more chlorophyll-rich and building foods. These are your vegetable menus and green juices. You can and should still consume a lot of fresh tree ripened fruit depending on the state of your teeth and what you are dealing with. So like things like dandelion, comfrey, celery, white oak bark, black walnut hull, and more. Also incorporate kelp, alfalfa, and swish also with a decent herbal tea such as the hilo tea or wheatgrass juice. I'm trying to see what else they're saying. It's a long document, so I'll be happy to email that to you guys if you are interested. Just let me know in the chat. And
Yeah, well, me for sure.
Yeah, that sounds great.
it comes from the website called grapegate.com. I don't know if you guys know about that.
Yeah.
But they have also a lot of information there.
And I did learn that celery juice is very good for teeth because of all the minerals.
Right. So personally, if I were in your situation, I'm having a lot of teeth issues also. I like to have a green juice at least once a day because for me it's really important to stay mineralized because I lost a lot of minerals over the years. So, and I think a lot of people are in that situation. So I really, besides the fruit, I highly recommend everyone to have a green juice once a day because we all need it.
It's also so healing to our GI tract and our teeth and our cells, but it's pure micronutrients. So it's amazing.
Yeah. It goes right into your bloodstream. So there's no worries about, absorption, digestion, and utilization. It's going to go right into your bloodstream right away.
I had some reservations about the veggie juice when Professor Morse talked about people who had serious cases, and I'm not even sure how serious my case is, but well, let's assume the worst. But that veggie juices they slow down. They do slow down in the detox, and where patients with, for instance, Parkinson's, I don't have Parkinson's by a long shot, and who were starting to move again, or with MS, I think, were starting to move again. When he fed them a green juice, they would stop moving again. So there is a. So anyway, as he said, it's an art. So you have to see what you need, but that's I have to figure that out. But thank you.
For sure. Everybody is different, Personally, when it comes to teeth, that's a big sign that we're lacking minerals for me, the way I see it. So I don't know how you feel about that, Kathy, but personally, I'm speaking for myself. I have a parathyroid weakness. I lack minerals. I have osteoporosis. So for me, all these things, you know, and I don't have the best dentition either. So I definitely take that as a sign that I need to remineralize my body, you know. So you have to see, maybe talk to Roseanne about it and see what she says. She's your practitioner, right? Are you
Yeah.
working with her right now?
Well, no, my last meeting was about 3 months ago or something. I lost my
Okay.
job because of the Corona
Okay,
thing.
okay,
Oh,
yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Well, it's what it is.
Yeah,
Anyway, thank you very much.
you're welcome. All right. Anyone else has any question or anything that you guys wanted to share?
I'm downloading.
Celine?
I just wanted to ask, yeah, because I've been doing at least one juice a day, so veggie juice as well. And usually I go for green juice with like celery and other stuff. But I've seen online that like beetroot juice is good.
Couldn't
For
hear
like
you,
nerves
Celine.
and stuff like that. So I've been doing like beetroot.
where it always is, underneath the
I could not hear you, Celine. I'm sorry. Can you, everybody is on mute except Celine?
Can you hear? Can you hear me now? Yeah. No, I just wanted to ask, because I've been doing one juice a day, and I usually have the green juice, but I've actually seen online that beetroot juice is good for nerves. And so I've been trying to do, you know, to alternate between celery and like beetroots, and just wanted to have your thoughts and, you know, juice, but not especially green juice. Like, is it as beneficial as green juice or?
When I say green juice, I'm actually thinking about any kind of juice you may want to have, you know, if it's beets with carrots or beets with orange or carrots with celery, whatever you think that you need, you can have that. Yeah. What do
Okay,
you think, Kathy?
thank you.
I definitely think it has to be something that you enjoy drinking, right? I mean, detox is not, it's ups and down, it's not linear. So to force yourself to drink something you don't want to drink, I mean, you're going to have micronutrients in kale, romaine, dandelion, beets, carrots, whatever you like, you should put in it, by all means. I just wanted to address Harm, what he said earlier about how the green juice will slow down your detox. We have learned and we have heard testimonials from Dr. Morse that like he has patients who have breast cancer and they'll do like a 60-day grape fast where for 60 days they're only eating or drinking grapes. It could be any color grapes, but just grapes. And I think the darker color is better. It's more astringent. And then at the end of those 2 months, they have reversed their breast cancer. What happens when you go to such extremes is your body goes through what we call autolysis. It's self-absorption. So it's not going to absorb or eat essential tissue. It's going to eat things like tumors and cysts. And that's how these people can regenerate their cells, because thanks to autolysis, it gets consumed naturally and then new cells regenerate. So depending on where you're at, what you're trying to reverse, you know, in those cases, those people, they reverse their breast cancer. And when I went to Dr. Morse, I met a young lady who was born with type 1 diabetes. she did a juice fast for 63 days, a grape juice fast or grape fast. And she was no longer on insulin at the end of the 63 days. So it just shows you the power of the fruit. Now, did we discuss her teeth? We didn't. I've gotten into the habit of just rinsing with water at this point, or drinking water, just to make sure I get everything off my teeth. And I think, Veronique, like you reminded us a few weeks ago, you don't really want to brush your teeth after orange juice. You don't want to ruin the enamel after a citrus juice. Anyway, so I think it depends on where you're at. Okay. Does anyone have any
Alright.
questions?
Before we sign off, everybody? Claire is asking, is that only citruses? Yes, because citruses are really softening the enamel. So you really want to wait at least 30 minutes to an hour before brushing your teeth after drinking or eating citruses. All right.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
Well, thank
Enjoy
you.
your weekend.
Yes.
And keep up the good work, each of you.
We'll try.
Yeah, you're doing it.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.